Hey there, sweetness. How goes it? I do hope that it goes well. All right, guys. Book tour. Book of Magics. Book of Mirrors. Book of Shadows. Book of Me. Spirit of love, truth, grace, and guidance. Spirit of the true magic. Please guide myself, guide this content, as well as this collective. Guide us all in all ways. Always. Thank you. Welcome home, homies. Please do the tribe a favor. If you enjoy the vibe, make sure you get those likes up on your way in. Also, have you checked to make sure that you are a subscriber true and through? I will tell you, if you're a viewer and you watch the content often, yet you don't subscribe, the YouTube algorithm recognizes that you don't enjoy the content enough to subscribe. And so the tribe doesn't grow. And I have gotten the feeling in the past that there are some that don't want the tribe to grow. That is not healthy. We're here to grow where we are planted. I'd like to cleanse this space of any stagnant energies. Bring in purity, spirit, the elements. As we go through these LMNOPs. All right. I honestly cannot recall for the life of me if I have done a Book of Shadows tour on this channel or not. I had a channel previously where I know that I had done one. I'm not sure if that video carried through when I started up this shanty or not. But either way, these books grow as I do. These books sometimes dwindle as I do. They change as I do. And sometimes they stay exactly the same as I do. And that's a part of the magic, isn't it? So, for those familiar with the Book of Shadows, the Book of Magic, Book of Mirrors, Book of Spells, however you perceive, forgive me. I do not want to patronize you. But for those unfamiliar, a Book of Mirrors, a Book of Shadows, a Book of Spells, grimoire, herbal, spiritual, astrological, astronomical. These books, they can be as simple as whatever readily available papers, paper source you had available. And they can be as elegant as bound books, handmade and bought in fair trade. You know? And they can be many other things. And sometimes they could be nothing at all. No book at all. Anyhow, we're going to do a little stoner tour of our Shanty books. This one, handmade. I do have pictures of a little bit of the process, just, some fun little moments of the making on the community board, I do believe. Anyway, yeah, handmade. Just an old tank top that didn't fit. Little leaf decoration. Bound together with index cards. Flashcards, index cards. And hot glue. Right now, we have recipes. Apple cider vinegar, how to make your own at home, lowers blood sugar and cholesterol. I have a recipe for an arnica salve for sprains and bruises, pain and inflammation. To come will be a tonic made from basil, aids in digestion, stress, detox. So a little kind of handheld herbal grimoire, so to speak, recipe grimoire. Again, recipes. I will let you guys know now. I utilize many brands of magics. Okay. Eclectic. I love kitchen witchery, green witchery. So yeah. Beautiful little, I don't know if you guys can see the compass, the helm, anchor. In the beginning, I have a blurb, we'll say, from an anonymous writer. I love this is the little like trapper keeper. It's very old and ancient looking, but very new and organizey. I'm going to go ahead and read this. Excuse me. Blessed be this humble kitchen and all that is gathered in here during the travels of the moon and throughout the seasons of the year. From root to tip and all between, be it of fire, water, earth, or air, know what is intended, said, and done. is from a source of authenticity and care. Under her watchful, loving eye, and fueled by his passionate fire, craft what is needed to sustain and nurture, with harm to none, nor selfish desire. And I like to begin my recipes with this wisdom. And in here, I have much more to come, always a work in progress. But remedy milk for sore throats, bronchitis, loss of appetite. You take milk, cinnamon powder, a cinnamon stick, some honey. You gently warm it in a saucepan. Detox juice for fatigue, blood sugar detox, mouth ulcers. This is I didn't actually add any herb to this. It's just a detox juice. Chop fresh herb. Boil into fresh water for 10 minutes. Strain, cool. May add lemon, salt, etc. I believe that actually was like a base thing for a few different types of detoxes. Maybe well, it says fresh herb, so it wouldn't be garlic. I don't know. Pumpkin pie. The perfect pumpkin pie. Hash browns, dandelion coffee, blackberry jam, hemp energy bars, seaweed pesto, and that covers that one so far. If you guys can't tell, I'm getting some of my recipes from the Kitchen Witch Oracle deck, Witch's Kitchen Oracle deck. Very appreciative. This is majorly poetry, this top book here. I feel myself getting a sense of nervousness as we get into the more personal magics. I love this book. I love them all. Yeah, this one I like to call my much needed backwards book. Began April 22nd. Still the rest being written. Sort of a, I don't know, just journal. I find myself giggling a little bit, this scribbled out part. Once in a while, I like to think that I got rhymes and that I could bust them. And then I'm like, maybe not. I don't know, something's telling me to go ahead and get silly with it. I came here to shake up this community, and unless you're being true to me, ain't none you getting through to me. I'm blessed. Your mouth can't get me stressed. I'll polish your shit up and add it to my best. Go ahead, put me to the test. I'll be skipping you like rocks, and you'll be watching my success. Beyond that, slightly egoic little blurb. I just write things, when they come. This is a book of airs, a book of floods, a book of flames, a book of seeds. Sometimes Spirit themselves, God Himself, Goddess herself, Universe themselves plants you the steps to get to them. The steps. Not stairs, not ladder. Steps. And it's funny because I believe I already said once, grow where we are planted. Little page about my houses, path number, things like that. Some more poetry. I have started to do some spoken word poetry on the channel. There's a folder. This far I've done 2. Some spells. I keep some codes. Short stories. Lots more poetry. More poetry, more poetry. More poetry. As I said, this one's mostly poetry. Little book of shadows. Ooh, steps. This page talks about steps. I may read about it. So this is kind of, and so guys, I work with chaos magic, as I said, quite eclectic. But for me, this is very ancestral in this piece here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read it, just because it talks about the steps, and there's a theme here. I'm not doing a reading, but I can still pick up on the energy of steps. Okay. This is just a little poem that I wrote. I take steps for the polar bear. I breathe with love for the winter. I pare the peaches for the black raspberry. I will explain this in just a moment, okay? I swim like a sardine for the goose. I build for the birds. I blaze for the Dalmatians. I am tough for the Shanty. Now, without going so deep that we sit here for the rest of Forever Collective, I will just say I take steps for the polar bear. For me, that is my aunt, who was paralyzed for quite well her entire life, never walked. I take steps for her. The winter, that's significant to another aunt of mine. The peaches, the pears, the black raspberry, significant to my grandmother. The sardines and the goose, significant to my grandfather, as well as the building for the birds, is my great-grandfather. The blaze for the Dalmatians is a reference to my uncle. Being tough for the Shanty, well, that's a whole lot of the rest of my family. Not always just the ones given, but those chosen, those that grow where they've been planted. Yeah, so again, I'm just sure because I get some little bits and pieces of artwork from old books and pictures and coloring books, things like that. But I don't think that I will have that book for as long as I hope to have this book. I sometimes take the bits and pieces and bring them with me. This is a little blurb from Margot Adler. She says, "The first time I called myself a witch was the most magical moment of my life." Little pictures of some tarot cards, a little poetry blurb, some more poetry over here. Again, still much work to be done as long as Spirit allows. More poetry. Thoughts. More poetry. Some drawings and things that are personal, meaningful. Little bits and pieces of poems that I write on things when I'm out and about and need somewhere to put them, and then I bring them home and add them to the book. And I'll tell you guys, I started to put some poetry on like Amazon. I was typing it into Word actually, and got censored so bad that they locked me out of my account. So if my poetry is going to get censored that hard on Word. A little worried about that. So anyhow, I think that about covers it for this book. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of poetry and pictures and little pieces of me. This next book in line is the one that is really just so chock full that, that's the first one I began. Wondering if we should start down here, because I know that we'll get through that one a bit quicker. We'll keep it in line. Dun, 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 dun. The Tree of Life. The Dream Keeper. Book of Magics, Book of Reflections, Book of Mirrors, Book of Connection, Book of Shadows, Herbal Grimoire, a book of my voice, my power. This front page here finish your spells. Finish your prayers, your intentions. Finish your altar, finish your home altar. Finish your thoughts, finish your story, finish your smoke, finish your bath, finish your soak, finish your dance, finish your spark, finish your life, finish honoring Yahweh, finish honoring you. Finish your works, your projects, your puzzle. Finish your spark, your point, your purpose. Finish your direction. Finish your love. Finish your truth. Finish your incantation. Finish your dream. Finish your incarnation. Finish your art. Finish your shot. And finish your picture, your song, your path, and finish your truth. Little blurbs that I've written that at one point I thought I would put into poems, though I believe I may leave them as quotes. And she has always been in the shadow of men. We got a ad came on in the background. Raw love turned potent poison. There is something about trees dancing to the whistle of the wind, leaves giggling as it tickles through them. And as I notice that your tire tracks are almost fully faded away, I cannot tell if that's heartbreaking or healing. Mayhaps a piece of each. I already lost that thought I needed. Good thing I wrote it down. Again, bits and pieces. Just little doodles. Whatevs. I'm always late anyways. I stick bits and pieces of paper in here all the time. Ooh, these were messages that we had gotten from the worm moon. Or, I mean, I don't know if, I think I probably had put these messages out to the collective March 7th, 2023. I made worm moon water, aka the crone moon, the crust moon, the sap moon, the sugar moon. Some things are sticking out here. Tread carefully, changes happening underneath the surface, metaphor of guilt, voice of the soul. Something about not letting jealousy worm its way in. Something about meekness, self-esteem. Opening prayer for rites and rituals. I just got that maybe someone would like to hear that. Opening prayer. Smoke cleanse. And this is not me opening, this is me reiterating the process. And I just have to reiterate that as part of my process. Excuse me. You guys, there is so much in the air right now about the elements, okay? The 5 elements: the spirit, the earth, the water, the fire, the air. Much, much, much. It's always a theme, but it is a theme that is coming across so strong for me. Okay. I don't mind the burns and things. I've definitely used this in rites and rituals, this paper here. So she's got a little bit of collateral damage to her. I'm not really going to apologize because that's not going to fix it. I call upon the powers of the earth, the airs, the waters, the fires, and the ethers. I ask for blank. I offer blank. I ask that this spell be done with harm to none, so it is. And then thanks to spirit, ancestors, so forth. It is cute with this thanks to spirit, because directly behind this, I happened to stick this paper in something that was written in 2020, July of 2020, about I am thankful for. I feel the need to go ahead and read that to you guys. It says, tonight I am thankful for sunflower sea salt baths, turquoise fingernails, strawberry wine, mechanical pencils, goodbyes, tomorrows, sweet, sweet children, the fire I keep fiercely burning within, expression, the abstract, music, vision, sight, they do differ. Hardwood, colors, darkness, light, camo blanket forts that hide me from the world, potential, raw, glow sticks, sunshine, temperature, heartbreak, growth, breath. Of course, signed Gypsy. More writings and etchings. This with the flowers, it says, I am nowhere to be found, yet I am everywhere you look, always craving, longing for my gypsy that can't be had, for it's all I have. Poems about addiction, writings about my first broom. For a first witch's broom, I used what was a true sacrifice for me at that moment. It was the top half, yes, half, no less, of my first marijuana plant at harvest. I hung it to dry and used it for magics. More poetry. More poetry. Cute stickers. August 21. Another thankful. Tonight I find myself thankful for spring cleaning in August, the rain above and below, prayers left unanswered, lessons learned, angels sent, and thankful for Mac Miller's music. Oh, okay. Did you guys catch the live the other night? 1212 Portal. For anyone watching, you guys may want to check that out. That's I did an elemental spread there. That's popping up right here. I had more information about my astrological houses, things about the runes, Elder Futhark runes, more runes, more writings, I want to say treasure list, things, little treasures that I enjoyed to collect. I'd written, today I find myself on the journey to me. Along the way, I choose to collect the following treasures and guard them with the life I am given, with the life I am. Love, honor, wax, trees, truth, trust, flowers, honey, salt, milk, creatures, water, wind, fire, earth, vegetables, fruits, herbs, pure roots, and all. I had made my first broom with a half of my, we'll call it a hemp stalk, I guess. I also had taken another stalk and used it as my first wand. And I sealed it. These were the words that I used. I wrote them down. With the hemp stalk, I dipped this prayer, sealed with wax, dripping in love. I send it to you. I have all kinds of interesting little blurbs in here. Turning ego into soul equals alchemy. Sometimes I write things, wishes, prayers, things like that onto bay leaves and burn them. Every once in a while, I would write down. It's been a while since I've done so, actually, but write down what I put as wishes on those. Just little bits and blurbs about some magics. Recipe for focaccia bread. Recipes. I should put that in the other book. Another wand that I have had back in November 2021, I had made this one. Oftentimes I consecrate them back to the earth. This, I had done burnt driftwood. I carved a crescent moon into it. I carved a sunshine. There was a sharp shark's tooth strung to it with twine. Wire wrapped a personally hand dug quartz crystal from a mountain, wire wrapped to it. There was a slingshot of coral twined to it as well, or threaded, I believe. Used hemp twine, and I imbued it with my personal magic by licking it from the bottom to the top. I wrote that all down in process. I like to put, personal things I've connected to in my journey. The hawthorn, which is the fairy tree. Some of my favorite circles are the mandala tapestries, rocks and crystals, cups, bowls, pitchers. More information about my houses. Some things about spell writing. Some things about frequencies and manifestation. In case you're wondering, frequencies can't be falsified. They can't be faked. I feel I need to say this to someone. Manifestation. Okay. We're here. I'm going to give you a list, a rundown of things we do not say. And then I will give you a list of things we do say. Okay? We do not say, maybe, someday, I wish, I can't, I won't, if only, will never, too hard, or impossible. We don't say those things. We do say, I am, I will, I have, with ease, is effortless, I receive, I believe, I can be, I can do, I can have, and I can achieve anything. That is what we do say. Yay? Journal entries about physical pains, working with Reiki and crystal healing, things like that. Neck pain in relation to throat chakra, potentially. Sort of like findings and what I say, like hypotheses of spells and things. Little bits and pieces of some more poetry. Bits and pieces of some things that are important to me. The personal apothecary. The ancestral altar. The spirit ward. Different conjure ingredients. Vision boards for manifestation. Even that paper that I just showed you about manifestation, that drawing that little candle and looking at that piece of paper. But even bigger vision boards, for manifestation. Spirituality videos, Florida water. I'm not going to lie, I haven't actually tried Florida water yet. That's important to me to try. Flower water. I love flower water. Essential oils. The altar to the angels, the Celtic altar, the fairy altar, the animal guide, spirit guide altar, and the elemental altars, all together and or separated. Bits and pieces about crack magic, things I wanted to look into, Enoch, Easter Island, Anunnaki, Tesla, time travel, little bits and pieces of some ancestral things for me, poetry, a little blurb. Babe, you built the table, never beg for a seat at it or anyone else's. I'll go ahead and read you guys this little poem right here. I once loved a sunflower garden, and then I moved. I once loved my neighbor's chicken coop, and then they moved. I once loved someone, and then they left. I once loved another, and then I ran away. Now, I love myself, and then I'm always here in the love I sought and gave away. Spell performed last December 12/7/21, actually 2 years ago. I manifested my deepest darknesses, blockages. I wrote them. Actually, I can see the pages ripped right before this one, which I do not do often. I do not take lightly ripping pages from these books. I manifested my deepest darknesses, blockages. I wrote them in with natural fire. I sent them through the cleansing. From existence to ashes, that was my intention as I willed it. So it was. I like this one. If you must call me feminine, call me masculine, call me Christian, call me Wiccan, call me pagan, call me Buddhist, call me. Keep going until you can see the one big picture made whole by pieces of all. Call me human, call me animal, call me Taoist, call me spiritual, call me mortal, call me nature, call me everything, call me cryptic, call me nothing. More poems. Some stuff about the reticular activating system versus hunter-gatherer. Some things about Bastet. Some things about ascension. This was a spell. Ascend. Within my circle of three, Mother Goddess, Father God, I call upon thee. Here at this altar of love, I ask for all your powers from all sides, under and above. To all past pain cycles, let this be the end. Unlock with me my highest self, allow me to ascend. So I will, so mote it be. Information on the runic V. Different outcomes of rune readings that I had done for myself. Again, some information on that runic V. A quote I love by Nako: "Find your medicine and use it." And then I went so far as to write some things. Do not abuse it. It is medicine, not food, to fill a void inside. Alan Watts makes points like these. Something being more like the vehicle, revolving door into self. Be very careful about revolving doors into self. You may get stuck. What is your medicine? What is your intention? What can it help you heal? Intend, accept, heal, live healed. Do not repeat if not necessary. Share freely with unhealed upon full acceptance of above written. Some things about bibliomancy, some things about string theory, about women who run with wolves, things about quantum entanglement. We have some things about quantum leaps, being a shadow worker, shadow master, something about total love or total hate, the Merkaba. We have things about meditation practices, things like the breath of fire, lion's paw, affirmations like my presence is my power, series of truths of low vibe souls, dispel it, something about the shields of the earth angels, some information about scrying, be it crystal balls, tea, wax, coffee, wine, mirrors, tarots, runes. Things about the Six of Wands having vibrations, vibrating orbs of energy, things about fair, pure justice, special right of karma and rites of passage. Karma Lord, rites of passage. I'm not sure exactly what that was, not gonna lie. That little last bit there. Some kind of channeled thing that I can't grasp my mind around at this moment. In Vino Veritas, writing with some charcoal. Ooh, some information on the dodecahedron, parables, fallacies, quantum versus quantity. Quantum is quantity, notably. Again, more things on quantum leaps. Medicine herbs, prayer herbs, black week's root, flagstaff, sage, sweetgrass, the braids of the 7 teachings, balsam bark, birch bark. These things are absolutely wonderful. Things on true mediumship, alchemy, transmutation, 7 stages of spiritual alchemy, solve et coagula, the breakdown and separate and solve, bringing elements back together in a new higher form. Things about calcination, dissolution, those are the 7 stages of the spiritual alchemy. Things about sigils, psychic defense, weather magic, daily planetary influences, mirror magic, string magic, again the tarot, the oracle, candle magic, sex magic, the tantra, moon chart, moon water, channeling, things about different types of papers, love, flowers, fantasies, green witch, eclectic witch, kitchen witch, crystal witch, lunar witch, divination witch, so types of witch, elemental witch, forest witch, Wiccan witch, traditional witch, eclectic witch, Christian witch, many more, many more. Those are just the ones my hand printed down that moment. Things to bring everyday magic into your life. You can bless and or enchant your coffee and your tea. Burn incense and oils, etc. Write in your book of shadows, mirrors. Light candles for meditation. Charge your crystals with intention. Take a ritual bath. Some things about fruit magic, specifically lemon magic. Salt and water soaked in lemon peel as cleanser for magic tools, home, etc., etc. Burn peels for cleanse, purity, good energy, excitement. Juice of a lemon, salt, and sugar equals self-love magic. Things that you can make incense with from home: birch, pine, flower petals, tree saps, and resins. A little bit of poetry, some silly blurbs, blurbetry, information on astronomy, what it is, what astrophysics is, what the difference between astronomy and astrology is. Some things that I enjoy to research, types of spells, divination, things to do with witchcraft and supplies, the history of the craft, symbols, elements, herbs, crystals, plants, altars, alterations, moon phases, pendulums, spell jars, rituals, different types of salts. This I really enjoy is kind of a little section on the elements: earth, air, fire, water. So, like some things for earth, the directions north, the seasons winter. In the tarot, they are the pentacles, the color green, brown, black. The animal, dog, horse, cow, deer. The ritual tool there is salt. Plants, patchouli, vetiver, moss. Spirits there, gnomes, dwarfs, and trolls. For air, the flowers would be pansies, frankincense, primrose. Animals are eagles, spiders, birds. Stones would be pearls, citrine, rhodonite. For the ritual tool would be the atame, the knife, the blade. For water, the color is blue, purple, silver. It's the fish, the frog, the dolphin, the whale, the turtle. Moonstone, aquamarine, and hematite. For fire, they are representative of the salamanders and the fire drakes. Their ritual tool is the altar candle and the wand. For the water, the altar tool was the chalice, the ritual tool. The spirits are for fire are Loki, Bridget, Horus, Vesta, Agni. Their animals are snake, lizard, lion, scorpion, and fox. Okay, so then maybe was this, I don't know, it says salamanders and fire drakes, but that was separate. I need to go back through a lot of these pages and one of these days redo them. There was a lot about the eye of the needle. I remember this. I've been channeling things about the Andes and the Andean people. Incas, something about rigid holy dynamics. That whole thing needs work. Some information about making sigils. This, I had kept track of a 2-card pull for 7 days in a row for myself. Information about the Path Life 2. Herbs, herbology in regards to kitchen magic. So, like a graph of herbs for courage, herbs for fertility, herbs for peace, herbs for money, herbs for health. Some information that I had grabbed somewhere about knowing your broom. It's often good to make sure that it's at least 6 inches to full broom length, made of twigs, any kind of twigs tied around a stick. Often sacred to the goddess, represents the water element, sweeps away energetic clutter. In rituals, it purifies the space and energies, both negative and residual, away. Can be placed at the entrance of a home to guard against unwanted energies. A little unnamed right opener. As above, so below, as the universe, so the soul, as without, so within, let this magic rite begin. Again, no intention to begin a magic rite there, just reading it. A list of ways that the divine may speak to us. Through vivid dreams, through deja vu, through synchronicity, repeating names, words, phrases, numbers, songs, music, through intuition, inner knowing, through unexpected meetings, through smells, through finding, losing, or breaking objects, through animals, through pain, illness, and accidents. This sometimes I will watch like documentaries, read in books, do different research and collect in here what I gathered. This was a lot about Adam and Eve. Um, Adam equals atom, Eve equals electron, something about the mists of life, splitting of the atom. Electrons are the rib of the atom. God equals good of higher mind, cerebrum. Devil equals evil of lower mind, cerebellum. Heaven equals head, highest, heaved up place of body and higher nature. Hell equals heel equals lowest place. Heel, Heel, equals lowest place equals lowest nature. Snake equals electromagnetic energy. Tree equals spine. Apple equals consciousness. Kundalini energy equals opening pineal gland, hence conquering your own dragon. Information on the frequencies. 174 removes pain. 285 can influence the energetic field. 396, liberation of fear and guilt. 417 facilitates change. 432 is the miracle tone of nature. 528 repairs DNA. 639 heals relationships. 741 awaken intuition. 852 attracts soul tribe. 963 connect with light and spirit. DNA reacts to and can be repaired with musical frequencies. The God frequency is the 963, do you believe? Himalayan singing bowl. Something about Tingsha, Tibetan symbols, 2400 hertz, and 432 hertz crystal singing bowls. So 963 hertz Himalayan bowl for the God frequency and a 432 hertz crystal singing bowl, being the miracle tone of nature. All right. Things about the moon. Also, so for the root chakra, 258 hertz, sacral chakra 285, solar 325, heart 345, throat 383, third eye 432, crown 486. Those are frequencies. Moons, names of the moons. January is often the wolf moon. February, snow. March, worm. April, pink. May, flower. June, strawberry. July, buck. August, grain. September, harvest. October, hunters. November, beaver. December, cold. Ooh, cute little quote thingy I had pulled offline. It says it goes through the zodiacs. Be passionate like an Aries. Enjoy the good in life like a Taurus. Stay passionate like a Gemini. Trust your intuition like a Cancer. Let yourself shine like a Leo. Hone your skills like a Virgo. Charm like a Libra. Powerful like a Scorpio. Look at the bright side like Sagittarius. Go for goals like Capricorn. Think outside the box like Aquarius, and dream big like a Pisces. That thing I said earlier about you could bless and enchant your coffee, your tea, things like that. For anyone interested in that, over a cup, move hand in clockwise direction 3 times and say, I am the tool. It's best to do this with a hot drink. You say, I am the tool, you are the fire. Fill this cup with all I desire. Drink and be sure to thank. I've written down some more things about card pull. Some more little blurbs. A proper witch treats their home like it's a member of the family. It's a temple not only for the people, the pets, and the plants, but also for the deities and the spirit guides that you're inviting into it, that protect it. Say hi to your home. Ask it how it's doing. Tell it you love it. Thank it for keeping you warm. And so on and so forth. Again, I didn't write every bit of that. That had come offline or out of a book, I believe. It had come out of a book. Some things I had pulled during bibliomancy, wrote down the words, little bits and pieces from what I like to say was probably my dark night of the soul. Some channeled words, things that I was working on manifesting. Still sort of am. A depiction of the blossom of my life at that point in time when I drew it. It's a exercise. You could probably find it online. One petal is your spirituality, one is your emotional wellness, your physical, your financial, your creative, your social, your mental, and your twin flame journey. That was a special piece. I had actually watched Grace, I think it was. Grace. And she had done that exercise. But again, the blossom of life, the flower of life exercise, you could find that online, I believe, and figure out how to do your own blossom because all the petals come out differently, and it was really neat. Some information on some stones, starting with lapis lazuli, turquoise, some spells. Mother Earth, enlighten what's dark in me, strengthen what's weak in me, mend what's broken in me, heal what's sick in me, and lastly, revive whatever love and peace has died in me. As I will it, so it is. An enemy binding spell. Twin flame. Affirmations, sort of, I suppose. Some personal energy tracking, things about hair magic, like braid magic, things like that. Things in regards to the chakras, from root to crown. Fear less, love more. Complain less, appreciate more. Watch less, do more. Judge less, accept more. Talk less, listen more. Frown less, smile more. Think less, feel more. Do you guys know that if your right ear is ringing, it's the true meaning of life coming through? Left ear, the highest self. If it's a low ring, it's something about a low vibe. Take caution. If it's a high ring, high vibe, proceed. Information on some more stones. Blue apatite, shamanic stones, Navajo berries, Hopi marbles, Moki marbles. Some breakdowns of names, Scottish, Gaelic, Arabic breakdowns, Hebrewic breakdowns, graphing ancestral things, a whole bunch of channeling things, something about telekinesis, something about the night eye, something about banishing evil by affirming good, something about dispensing karmic justice, something about energy cells, something about messages and runes being burnt, something about past lives and reincarnations. Krishna, the character of Arjuna. Pandavas were on side of Dharma. Chariots first used in royal funeral processions were adapted for warfare and racing. Something about chariots. Excuse me. More channeled words. Things about the black egg. Things about cryptogenics. Something about relational rejuvenation. Peridot, iolite. Angelite, amazonite, topaz. Again, more about crack magic. Things about houses of higher learning, back to that astrological house. What the houses mean. Things about DNA strands, more poetry, things about the Hebrew alphabet, Hebrew concordance, attributes of pure saffron, more poetry, things about water filtration, sediment filtration, things about expelling villains, more poetry, some things about archetypes, ammonite, yoga poses. I was doing things relational to the chakras. Yoga for the chakras, camel, plow. So for the throat and thyroid, the camel, the plow, the cow with lion's breath, shoulder stand and fish pose. Things for the lymph nodes to flush and detox, then develop a drain routine. Things about anatomy, biology. I've got little like envelopes in here that have all kinds of things, manifestation things. And this one says that it's got gypsy stuffs in it. Gypsy stuffs. Some things about cinnamon magic. More of that remedy milk recipe. Some things about plants and flowers. This is a little pocket. Can kind of hold some of my pictures and things. More pictures. We have creeping thistle. A little bag of like some wild lettuce, I do believe. Nature Club. That's a bookmark that I made. Keeps wanting to fall out. How to make homemade sugar scrub. Oxymel for sage. This is sort of like my herbal grimoire chapter, we'll say. Let's do a little rundown here. Always keep oils in the home, different types of oils. Do your research on oils, though. Many oils are toxic, and even those that are not toxic themselves, too much of them can be. Especially in relation to ingestion, right? Could cause like coma and fatality, like clove as an example. If you're finding yourself congested, you can use things like rosemary, salt water, eucalyptus. If you're finding that you have a cold, you can use basil, turmeric. If you need your immunities improved, you can use vitamins A and C. These can be found in leafy greens, hot green tea, berries, mushrooms, red peppers, yogurt/kefir, mangoes, ginger, curry, honey, lemon, garlic, sweet potatoes, nuts and seeds, lentils, cauliflower, and artichokes. For insomnia, calcium, hops, valerian, nutmegas, magnesium, stimulates the serotonin release, producing melatonin. Okay. Fresh nutmeg, you could do an eighth of a teaspoon and a few drops of pure vanilla extract and a cup of milk. Simmer on low until it's warm, not hot. That's for insomnia. Raspberry and strawberry leaves are a very good spiritual lung cleanse. A spiritual cleanse and lung cleanse. Two separate things. You can burn them as a spiritual cleanse, but you can drink them as a lung cleanse. I guess maybe there was like some research on if actually smoking them was not harmful, but actually helpful. Raspberry and strawberry leaves. Dry fruit, citrus, etc. on your lowest oven setting. If you want to dry some fruits and some citrus. Information about ivy staying green, something about breathing in the Palo Santo for your anxiety and your stress, like literally breathe it in. Burning fallen leaves. For earaches, mullein oil, garlic oil, rubbing alcohol, white vinegar. For simmer pots, cinnamon sticks, apples, star anise, pure vanilla, nutmeg, crystallized ginger, aqua. For fever, elderberry, frozen socks, linden tea. Yes, I said frozen socks. Liver, headaches, brain fog, hard to lose weight, tired all the time, indigestion, bloating, skin itches, brown spots, tongue is coated. All these things, your trouble with your liver. balsam bark, powdered water, and juice fasting. A little picture over here, some horsetail. Over here, picture of some fern. Information about coffee. Coffee can promote cognitive functioning. It can fight heart disease. It is a stimulant, so that's good for circulation, endurance. It fights against ailments like Parkinson's and diabetes, certain cancers, liver issues, healing and regenerative to tissues. Also can be very anti-inflammatory. So when people talk shit about coffee, tell them to shove it. Not going to say though that you need to be loading your coffee with tons of sugar and all these sweeteners and things. You know, we probably shouldn't be doing that. But coffee itself in general does not have to be an unhealthy thing. To that extent, I would add in there, I have seen some research and heard some things on certain types of coffee, like the, cheapest store brand ones, things like that, maybe containing some molds or some heavy metals, things like that. I would just caution you, do your research, live your life, you do you, boo, but these are just things I've picked up along the way. Anyway, coffee. Things about ferns, a couple different types, like the Peco, the Fiddlehead, the Boston. Ferns can be very good for your liver tonics, anti-cancer, pain, blood sugars. They provide generally copper and potassium and electrolytes. Things that help with scratchy throats, respiratory systems, different types of teas to keep around, how to make your own saline, things about doing belly breathing, stinging nettle probiotics, gas, bloating, things for that, things for constipation, herbs for diarrhea and indigestion, for nausea and vomiting, for high blood sugar, things for arthritis, neck, back pain, headache, information about sequoias or redwoods, some nettles, things for dandruff. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Tea tree, but mostly it's relational to your gut health if you have a lot of it. Things for knee pain, things for muscle aches, things for hot flashes, things for PMS, things for hair damage, some other things to try with dandruff. If your hair is dry, try coconut oil. If it's dull, try cider vinegar. If it's flat, try oatmeal, milk, almond oil. Things to clarify, things to energize, herbs for frizzy flyaways, irritated scalp, product buildup, thinning hair, need a boost, things for acne, skin, dry, rough skin, bug bites, repel bugs, itchy, rashy, sunburn, poison ivy, burns. Things for stress, things for anxiety, things for depression, things for turmeric, things for the memory, some information on poison ivy, poems. I don't know why. I feel like we're just going to pick that up and show you guys these cute little pictures. To come is going to be some information on rosemary, information on apple. I think I have read this to the collective at one point, but it's information about the juniper, juniperus. most specifically the creeping juniper, the needle juniper, aka the temple juniper, evergreen. And some pictures of some junipers. This is going to be stuck and attached in here in a pretty form here soon. Some things about the poplar are to go here. Things about thyme are to go here. Things about knotweed are to go here. So I have the space and the title. I just got to work on the rest. This is the shoemaker cluster on Sears mold illness. I want to keep this around. It's really good to be working on natural vaccination and immune support for any and everyone, because mold is everywhere. Some information on Keter, Nanael, the guard angel, Mithael, Elohim, Sephiroth. Things about the Tinkers. Things about the Journal of the Gypsy Lore Society. Things about Berla Laguerre. Things about Shakespeare, Old Bard, Shelta. A pair of compasses. Did I already say that? Something about Cork and Killarney. I gotta look that back up. That was some research I was doing at one point in time. Things about the third eye opening, the activation, some very key symptoms. Someone's having a lot of lucid dreams. I would say look into that. Things on old Scottish rites. Things about travelers. Safe witches don't keep a welcome sign, a welcome mat. We are getting close to the end here. I told you guys this book was going to be, we'd be here a little bit. In here, I have numbers. I read those in the readings when we get to the Shanty numerology section. That I'm not going to go too deep into. That's my channeling. Some channeled songs, different reading spreads. Depiction of my first intentional altar. Some things about what I had on the altar, what was in the cups, different images that I had. Yeah, I had written my first altar that I recognized as being my altar. Some things about the elements. Some things about the circle magic. There's some things about the table. I haven't been into this in a while. This is a little envelope here that says mystical shit. What kind of mystical shit do we have in here, guys? Oh, it's sealed. Ah, get right to the end and it, yeah, right to the end and it rips. Wouldn't you know it? Ooh, check in. Y'all got those likes up. Thank you, love you. All right. What is this? What is this? Spell. A spell? Is this a spell? What is my ascension? What are my steps? What is the purpose? What is the medicine used? Create a spell, prepare the altar, sacrifice, enter the circle, meditation, medication, begin spell, open with the atame, close with the atame, end spell, thank all, break circle respectfully, write about the experiences. Ooh. Ooh. My experience was I felt like the gypsy in the bottle at the end of this spell, or at the beginning. I wrote, this is just an epic feeling, calm, sparkly, silver. True balance attained in a little yin yang with no circle around the squiggle and the dots, no circle to bound it in. And it says, I've already found what I seek. Let those that need me seek me. My ascension that I was asking for was to unlock the barriers that I felt between the self and the highest self. To me, highest self is healed, healer, aura reader, tarot reader, oracle reader, chakra healer, aligner, God vibe manifester, walking art, revealing path to healing for self and all, creator of healed realities. That was a strong moment. Then and now. Anyhow, a goal that I had or do have, both. Non-profit permanent homesteads for traumatic abuse survivors, including education, raised awareness, therapies, spirituality, prevention tactics, safety planning, full advocation within community, law, systems, etc. Collective journey into healing, productive, prosperous living. Full spectrum of activity devoted toward soul work, strength building, weakness healing, pure roots. Breaking the cycle of abuse by creating healthy, new roots. Stay true to your roots by creating them to be true to you. Runes, information on the runes. Elder Futhark. Just begin to open and we can see. And that was that for that mystical shit. Magical shit. That was the mystical shit. Here's the magical shit. And I'm gonna need a sip on this. We're almost 2 hours in, y'all, and we still have another book. People that intrigue me. Walt Whitman, Aristotle. Carl Jung, of course, Alan Watts, Viking Barbie, Nako, Medicine for the People, Nako Bear, Malcolm McCormick, his life and the loss, Jelly Roll, Bunny, even Bailey, and Struggle. Just a couple few. Again, it's sealed, guys. Let's unseal some magical shit. Ooh, that was sealed with a smooch. First garden spell. I always feel like I should be reading this out loud. The Witch Gypsy's Magical Grow. 1 part ocean sand, 1 part organic soil, pure food grade, 1 part hand dug and hand cleansed earth, 1 part shaved aspen of the living's habitat, 1 part clay of enchanted forest's quarry floor, 1 part Timothy hay, 2 handfuls soul chosen rock gem, 2 handfuls seashells, at least 1 drop of witch's essence, at least 1 hemp stalk, any size, at least 2 living earthworms, as much filthy fish water as is available, generally beta, a mix of a plant that has gotten, mix it, plant, mix, plant, take your seed, whatever your seed is, plant it here. Allow it 1 phase of sunlight, 1 phase of moonlight. In this phase of sunlight, this phase of moonlight, create, visualize, manifest, add your purpose. For the first water, honey water, immediately. Intermittently, molasses water. Often moon water and sun water in between. And the enchantment at the end, with this breath, I ask the Mother for life. Bless it. Things about the elements says, if you ask my spirit guide, the true location coordinate of each is ever changing in regards to spirit, water, fire, earth, air. Should it be water, earth, air, fire? If you ask my spirit guide, true location coordinate is each is ever changing. The fact that many books, etc., have differing views is some proof of this thought. Some silly little things from time to time. Right? If you were to write down some things that you feel that you embody, what may they be? Perhaps a siren of Atlantis, or an Egyptian goddess, perhaps a swan princess, Snow White, maybe Rapunzel, Ariel, Cinderella. More like Alice, Harley Quinn, Thumbelina, Sabrina, Xenon, girl of the 21st century. Do you embody spirit, the elements, of all father and all mother? Maybe a little bit of Suki, maybe a little bit of the lotus, maybe a little bit of a Keto-Alok, maybe a little bit of the moon, the phoenix, earth angel, supernova, true nova, a little bit of ray. As I said, a Keto-Alok. How about a lock to a key? Do you embody the pine, the tides, a fallen soldier? And what about the soul of a gypsy? Ooh. This is a page from this book. Yes, sort of a skeleton key and some antimatter locked inside of here, collective. Some things about protection, incantations, some for the front door, some for the body. Complete parasite cleanse of the soul, the spirit, the auras, chakras, and physicalities. Some information on Yggdrasil, Tree of Life, Viking, Asgard, and leaf from one of my first harvests. Get this back where we can get it. I forgot to put it back when the book was open, of course. 4 down, 1 to go. This one I like to refer to as my parallelogram Bible. Etched with some char of Palo Santo. This book, to me, speaks volumes on the sheer difference between growing up and growing old. They all do. Some things about Hermetic principles. Some elemental and astrological symbols. Some information on the cards of life. The birthday chart related to it. Some numbers related to the cards of life. You could look that up if you want to. Some information on King Charlemagne. He was an emperor. He's the 5 of hearts, 5 of cups. Some little bits and pieces of artwork from some books I no longer have. Some information on Julius Caesar, King David, Alexander the Great. Some runes throughout here, like the rune for karma. Here I go into the Elder Futhark in pretty great detail. Still more work to be done there, though. Some cute little flowers in there. Oh, some little mushrooms. Mushrooms. Ooh. Ye old bookmark. Ye old bookmark. I don't know, guys. I've never done a Book of Shadows tour. Hope this is how it's done. Hope it's enjoyable. Sweet nectar. The birds and the bees. Information on animals like spirit animals, totem animals, power animals. Jaguar, zebra, monkey, wolf, goat, panda, owl, unicorn, narwhal, rhino, all kinds of them. Some things about the aura, coat of many colors, suit of armor, many colors. A little squirrel. A butterfly over here. Some things regarding spell work. I like to keep a list of some of the Shanty inventory I keep jarred and sealed, like vial of crushed earth, vial of crushed bone, a vial to swim, to fly, to purge, to purify, one to stand tall, one for shedding the old, one is a vial of the weeping willow, one's a vial of loyalty, one is tooth for tooth, one's lost and found, things like that. Things about the patterns of smoke in regards to smoke cleansing and smudging. Incantation. For a spark, metal to glass through burning ash ×4. Things about the moon phases: new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous. More about the moon phases. Things about gardening by the moon, gardening in the moonlight. Very powerful and grounding for the energy, especially for the moon children. Evergreen tea. Some things about ESP, extra sensory perception. Things about intuitional metaphysics, subtle energetic fields, the aura. Things about the chakra. Things about arrangement of gemstones by color through the chakras. Different pieces of card spreads. The 10 spheres and the 22 Hebrew letters of the 22 paths of the Tree of Life. Stones. We get into stones here. Herkimer diamond, silex, adventurine, emerald, pearlite, ruby, diamond, agate, sugarlight, tourmaline quartz, coral. I know that's not quite a stone, but it's not too differential. Bits and pieces of things. Some information about the chakras. A little section about them. Needs work. Red food for strong heart. Orange food to see in dark. Yellow food for healing cuts. Green food to fight sickness. Blue food and purple food for brain strength. Black and white food give you energy. You guys know those things? I think we're almost done. An incantation back here. When I light my prayers, cleansers, and wishes aflame, I always do so with strict intention. Cleanse, ask, receive, release, realize, honor, remember, care well, learn more, lean less. All subject to change, but for true addition's sake. Something about the covenant of the meat eaters and the vegetarians. Things about being in the shadow and the protection of spirit, remaining there, beginning to end. And a line about the winged locusts, to crush and consume a substance in order to fly. Use care. Gotta fly, my dears. Till we speak again. Mwah. Let me know what you guys thought. You guys keep books of shadows, books of mirrors of your own?